Hi, it's Thursday, and we're thankful to have you with us and being a part of the show, the 16th day of November. And while we're talking about that, before we go any further, on this date in our weather history, I've got a pretty good comparison for you tonight. Just proves the point very well how Kentucky weather can go from one extreme to another. Back in 1987, on today's date, a record high 75 degrees at the Jackson National Weather Service office. At that same office on this same date, a little later in 1989, they had about 2 inches of snowfall on the ground, and today we're somewhere in the middle of that. And actually, in 1989, they had a daytime high of 46 degrees when they saw that snow. So here we are talking about another cold front, but temperatures tomorrow again into the upper 50s. And now we have a pretty decent idea as to what your Thanksgiving Day is shaping up to be weather-wise, and I'll pass that along to you in just a few moments. A minor auto accident earlier today, a couple of arrests. More on the situation with Judicial Watch suing the state and Allison Grimes. A reminder about tomorrow night's big event here for high school basketball, and some other sporting news and other news, of course, to follow as well before we leave you for the rest of your Thursday evening. The House today, it's still got some uncertainty in the Senate, and some changes most certainly lie ahead. But the House today did pass a sweeping tax bill pretty much along party lines. The vote 227 to 205, and there were 13 Republicans that also voted against it. House Speaker Paul Ryan calls it extraordinary, saying this country has not rewritten this tax code since 1986. The White House, in a statement, also calling the bill's passage today a big step toward fulfilling our promise to deliver historic tax cuts for the American people by the end of the year. However, the bill's passage in the Senate is still unknown. The Senate's version, we do know, includes a repeal of Obamacare's individual mandate, and among other differences as well. The House Tax Cut and Jobs Act, as it was called, which passed earlier today, was touted to be a plan that would help middle-income Americans by raising the standard deduction and making the tax code simpler, including taking tax brackets down to just 4 from 7. In actuality, they want 4 tax brackets: 12, 25, 35, and 39.6%. The Senate would rather have 7. That's 10, 12, 23, 24, 32, 35, and 38.5%. Both bills would pretty much double the standard deduction to around $12,000 for individuals, double that for married couples, and also significantly add to the current per-child tax credit of $1,000. We'll have to wait and see. Well, be ready. It's that time. Deer season is in. Most everyone well aware, whether you hunt or not, just being out and about. Of course, seeing hunters in their camo and orange and deer in the back of pickup trucks is a great indicator, obviously. But deer season also means that everyone who's traveling and not hunting, and those who are hunting as well and traveling, but need to be particularly aware of your surroundings. Just a reminder from the Kentucky Division of Fish and Wildlife that it is that time of year when deer are on the move more than ever, and deer-related crashes cause about 150 deaths every year, and it actually, as far as deer versus animal accidents, deer obviously leads the way in regards to those numbers. And then when you combine, of course, harvest season, the cooler air, mating season, which is also going on now, deer are on the move more than any other time of the year. 47% of all deer versus vehicle collisions happen between October and December. Last year, almost 4,000 reported automobile accidents involving deer, and the peak, of course, usually runs sometime around November. And almost half, actually a little more than half, almost 54% of deer versus vehicle collisions happen overnight between the hours of 5 a.m. or early morning, between the hours of 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. and then in the evening as well, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's when the majority of them happen. And of course, that's when the majority of us are on the road, certainly. A couple of things from the area, locally here tonight. Minor auto accident in Sagersville earlier today, and a couple of arrests to pass along as well. The accident happened at the mouth of Oakley on Route 7. A pickup truck, apparently the driver of which lost control and hit the guardrail head on. The truck also, according to an eyewitness, nearly backed into her vehicle as it was getting off the roadway. The vehicle was found like this with no driver around upon arrival of emergency personnel and law enforcement. The Gulf County Sheriff's Department indicated while on scene that this was possibly tied to a case they've been working since 7 o'clock this morning. I believe may have resulted in one arrest. Those details were not available as of airtime, but it appears as though we can only assume that the driver was not seriously injured, as they were not on scene upon the arrival of emergency personnel and law enforcement. And the driver of the other vehicle said that there was no collision between the two, but just that she was fearful that she was going to be struck by the pickup truck after it had collided with the guardrail. Arrest citations filled out by the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department indicate that a Sagersville woman, Jerry L. Benton, was charged with terroristic threatening in the 3rd degree and criminal trespassing in the 3rd after texting threats to burn a house down with several occupants inside. Adams noted in his citation that he was called to investigate an incident on Gun Creek in which the victim reported that her son's girlfriend had come to the residence and was beating on the doors, yelling and wanting or demanding to come into the home or be allowed inside. We also understand that the victim called police, and when they arrived, Benton had fled the residence on foot up into the woods behind the home. Later, the victim stated that Benton had sent several text messages threatening to burn down the victim's house with everyone inside it. The deputy estimated there were 8 people inside the home at the time. She also sent additional messages, says the deputy, telling them that she was sitting on the hill and was watching them at the time as well. She's still lodged in the Big Sandy Detention Center. And passed out and under the influence. That's what authorities say they found last night at around 10:30, specifically Montgomery County Sheriff's Deputy Cook, who said that he got a call about a man being passed out in a pickup truck at the Save-A-Lot here in Sagersville, and when he got there, the man was actually awake and talking to EMS and fire personnel. The deputy asked him to get out of the vehicle after noticing that he appeared to be under the influence with slurred speech and other signs. He was checked out by EMS for his sugar, and there were no issues. And when the officer later asked what he had taken, Combs from Ironton once again said that he had taken Xanax and ice, or crystal meth, that day. He stated that he had smoked meth that morning and taken Xanax while he was actually in the parking lot of the Save-A-Lot. And after being granted permission to search the suspect, the officer found a small pill bottle in his pocket, and when he asked him what was inside, more ice or crystal meth, there was 2 small baggies and a half of a pill. And also, one small baggie had clear-looking substances inside, or a substance, and the other had a white-looking substance, both believed to be meth. Also, inside the vehicle, just under the feet of the driver or individual, was a small pill identified as another narcotic. Alan Lee Combs was charged with possession of a controlled substance in the 1st degree for the methamphetamine and possession of the controlled substance in the 3rd degree for a drug still unspecified but to be tested by the state lab. Everybody knows that to get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Lee's Famous Recipe has the very best chicken in Eastern Kentucky and anywhere. And we've also got the tastiest country fried steak and gravy with your choice of homemade sides, or try our favorite with mashed potatoes and country apples. Don't do dull and dry. Do your senses a favor and let Lee's Famous Recipe make your next meal the best. And try our country fried steak, biscuits, and sandwiches too at your Sagersville Lee's. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Lay away now for Christmas at Parkway Gun and Pawn on all new and pre-owned guns, on everything from the best in personal protection to the very best sport and hunting rifles. And layaway is available on all the other great gift ideas, all priced at pennies on the dollar. And if you need a little extra cash for the holidays, they'll loan you cash today on just about anything worth $1. Parkway Gun and Pawn.
There's a lot to be thankful for this November. Friends, family feasts, and fantastic savings from Appalachian Wireless. All this month, get the Samsung GS8 for just $49.99 or the GS8 Plus for just $149.99. Both phones now $100 off the regular price. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. As at least 1 out of every 5 people will likely get the flu this season, putting hundreds of thousands in the hospital and sadly proving fatal for another 50,000 more, now is the time for everyone 6 months and older to get their flu vaccination, so you'll be 60% less likely to have to worry about catching it. They've got flu shots ready, so all you have to do is come by and see the people who want to keep you from getting sick just as much as they want to make you well again when you are. Get your flu shot today at Hope Family Medical Center in Sayersville. Yesterday, I covered Judicial Watch and their lawsuit against the state of Kentucky and Secretary of State Allison Grimes et al., as the case was listed, where Judicial Watch claims that Kentucky has the dirtiest voter rolls in the nation and that our state is one of 3 who has more registered voters than they do people of eligible voting age on the voting rolls, saying that dirty rolls, well, can equate to and do equate to dirty elections. Tonight we have a bit of a statement on behalf of representatives from Allison Grimes on the lawsuit. The organization says Kentucky was one of 12 states to which Judicial Watch sent out notice of violation letters to this year, threatening to sue because they have counties in which the number of registered voters exceeds the number of citizens of voting age. They also say Kentucky is, or allege Kentucky is not taking the steps required by law to remove the registrations of ineligible registrants, and that Kentucky leads every other state in the nation in the number of counties in which total registration exceeds the citizen voting age population, saying that 48, or about 40%, of Kentucky's 120 counties do so and match that criteria, saying that Kentucky has the dirtiest election rolls in the country. In response, a spokesperson, Bradford Queen, for Allison Grimes says, quote, "We're confident that the facts will prove Kentucky is following the law and doing its due diligence to protect voters' rights and franchise." Queen told reporters that under Grimes' leadership, Kentucky has and will continue to maintain the state's voter rolls in accordance with the federal and state statutes, including the National Voter Registration Act. And they also said that Judicial Watch, in their opinion, is a right-wing organization masquerading as a citizen advocacy group, and a majority of its lawsuits have been dismissed. In reality, Judicial Watch wants to make it harder for people to vote, and the Commonwealth and its State Board of Elections won't bow to their efforts. More news in a few minutes. Right now, let's go ahead and see what's happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. And I've got an announcement. A week from today, most everybody's going to be on the couch, taking a nap, maybe going shopping. I don't know, what have you. My point is that for most everyone, your routine will be different 1 week from today because it's going to be Thanksgiving. And speaking of that, their routine is going to be different as well. I got notification today from Rumpke that they'll be running. They're still collecting their garbage on Thanksgiving Day, but they're just going to do it extra early. That's the only day that's going to be affected and with any changes. So just keep that in mind. Your garbage will still be picked up if you have garbage collection on Thursdays, but just get it out extra early that morning. And a reminder that Dalton's Elves and Silent Nights will be at the Christmas parade this year, and they've also teamed together because every child matters. And if you have someone, a child or a family that you would like to make sure they visit and treat extra special this holiday, well, call one of the elves there at the bottom of your screen. You can also find these folks on Facebook as well. And, just as important as these folks doing this wonderful gesture for our community, it's also just as important that they receive donations or help of that nature if you can. So if you'd like to donate or support, please call those same folks as well. Dalton's Elves and Silent Nights. Every child matters. And as far as I'm concerned, all of your announcements matter. I'll tell everyone about them. All you have to do is get them to me, whether you want to drop it in the mail, P.O. Box 1443, email, Facebook, phone, fax, drop it off here at the studio, leave it in the box on the door, whatever works for you. We'll make sure everyone knows about it. And that's birthdays and anniversaries, too. Doesn't cost anything, just a little time for you to get it to me, and we'll take care of it. Turning to funeral service announcements for this Thursday, we received word from the McGoffin County Funeral Home, who of course sponsors our listings, that 71-year-old Larry J. Allen of Trace Fork of Sayersville passed away on Tuesday of this week at his home. Arrangements, as far as I understand, are still incomplete at this time, but to be announced soon by the McGoffin County Funeral Home.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sayersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sayersville National Bank. 349-3131.
Hello, McGoffin County. I'm Matthew Wireman, and I'm officially announcing my candidacy for County Judge Executive on the Democrat ticket. I've decided to run for this office not to satisfy a thirst for power. I'm running because I love McGoffin County, and I believe prosperity is within our reach. I want to use my skills, experience, and leadership to serve you and to help make our county a better place to live, work, and raise our kids. I'm asking for your support during this campaign and for your vote on Election Day. Thank you.
They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Sayersville since 1904. To create your very own scene right out of the North Pole, filled with all the warmth, glow, and cheer of Christmas, make a holiday stop at the Seasonal Shop. They've got countless trees, ornaments by Raz, Kurt Adler, Mud Pie, and more, personalized and customized ornaments and bows and wreaths, cool and cute custom tops by Lucky Bird, and just as sure as there's a naughty and nice list, there's only one sure way you can see all the Christmas gift ideas and festive decor. And that's to step into the region's biggest and best selection of home decorating and gift ideas, Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop, where they're having their annual open house starting Wednesday the 15th with at least 20% off the entire store with other big discounts and free refreshments, door prizes, and more.
Hi, this is John Harris at Gateway Motors. We're having a get it out of the mud sale. Everything we have is covered in mud, so if you want a good deal, right now is the time to get it.
Yeah, no joke, no gimmick. The road construction is killing them. So John has cut another $1,000 off this super economical 2015 Mitsubishi. It's got less than 22,000 miles, new tires, and it's only $69.95. He cut this '08 Crew Cab Dodge 4x4. It's $5,000 below book. He cut $2,000 off this Ford Escape 4x4 XLT to $69.95. And this 2010 Honda Civic with ultra low miles, only $83,000. His price just too low to advertise. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sagersville, 349 Cars. Pretty much half of Johnson County at home, the other half on the road tomorrow night, but a big night nonetheless. It's the third round out of 5 for postseason gridiron action. Johnson Central, the defending 4A champions, with senior Blake Gamble, who amassed 193 yards rushing and picked up 2 touchdowns, went for a 64-16 win over Scott County on the road last week, their second round win. That equals a rematch versus Ashland Blazer tomorrow night. They actually met Ashland Blazer in the third round last year, and it was a 51-0 win on their way to the championship for Central. And earlier this year, one of their 2 losses, though, this year. Central suffered only 2 losses, and one of them this year to Ashland Blazer, 18-21. This one could get interesting. It's going to be at Ashland Blazer this Friday night at 7:30 for the third round action. It's going to be an exciting game. Paintsville and the Tigers looking for their, I believe, 4th straight regional final this Friday night. Yeah, they held Bracken County scoreless last week, 43-0. That puts the Tigers at 11 wins and just 1 loss on the season. Bracken fell to 9-3 before hanging it up for the season. Tyrese Allen had 146 rushing yards, 46 receiving, and 3 touchdowns during the game. And this is also a rematch as the Tigers will be hosting Raceland this Friday night, tomorrow night. Well, they also, of course, faced Raceland in a district matchup in the regular season back on October the 20th. That was a win for Paintsville at 32-18. This one will be a good one, too. Later in the afternoon, I realized that I was going to have a little more time available and thought it was a good place to insert a portion of a report and interview that I aired late last week in regards to some encouragement to get everyone up to the high school tomorrow night here in McGoffin County. Maroon and White Night starts tomorrow night at 6. And in lieu of that, and in talking about the upcoming season and hearing their thoughts on their new coach, I spoke with these players last week about all of that and more. And they're all still describing this season with the same basic word. Season, a new coach, and apparently a new style of doing things, described by everybody I talked to last night with the same word.
Now we play fast.
It's fast-paced. That's the only one thing to say about it right there.
Just fast-paced, fun, pushing the ball. Honestly, since I've been playing for this team, this is probably the fastest team I've ever seen. Like, we're up-tempo, up in your face, I got a lot of athletes. It's going to be a great year.
We're playing a style this year that McGoffin County hasn't seen in many, many years. It's going to be hard for any team to adapt to. Expect the team not to get past half court a whole lot.
We got a bunch of athletes, like Ryan said. We're quick, really quick. We'll press the whole game. We got a bunch of shooters, too. We'll shoot the ball in about 6-7 seconds every possession.
How's Coach doing?
Coach is doing good. I mean, we've really pushed him some days. We've made him mad to the point where he's wanted to throw us out, I'm sure, some days. But I think he's enjoying himself almost as much as we're enjoying ourselves. He's pushed us a lot, almost to the brink of death, actually, running us. He's tried to give us that mindset of what we need to expect from ourselves and how much we need to push each other and how much we need to play hard throughout the season.
He's a good guy now. I like him. He's hard on some people, but I mean that's what we got to do. He runs us to death. He's running the team a lot. We're going to be in great shape this year. We're going to It's going to be a fun season, man.
We like them. I like them personally. It's a different style of basketball. It's not just one pass and shot. It's multiple passes.
Passes and plays says a team that has come together here as of late, and also for a large portion of them who has been together for a long time.
This particular group of seniors been together since 6th grade. We've all been together, and we've got really good chemistry together.
It's just something, everybody's there for you, and everybody's got you back. There's nothing that you can't fall back on, that somebody's going to help you or tell you what you did wrong and help you adapt in your plan instead of just putting you down and forgetting about you. They bring each other up, and that's what we got to do, build each other a foundation and work upon it from there.
They just basically translate to brotherhood, you know. Like, we all got a lot of chemistry. We know what to expect of each other. We push each other, and we hold each other to high standards. We're all gritty and give 100% every time we touch the floor. I mean, we can shoot and we can run up and down the court with anybody. It's really fun. We just play a fun style of basketball.
And all the fun kicks off 1 week from tomorrow night. Folks, Maroon and White Night is Friday, next Friday, November the 17th. The big season debut for our Hornets and Lady Hornets, as well as a lot of other fun entertainment that you've come to expect from the long-standing annual event. We plan on seeing you there.
Rick Fire 3, Rick Fire 3, 1, 2, 3. Woo! We'll see you at Maroon and White Night. See you there.
It starts tomorrow night at 6, and of course we'll see the debut officially of our boys and girls teams. We'll also see our dancers and our cheerleaders, a special recognition, actually several special recognitions of some other teams who had some outstanding years, and all the games and prizes, food, fun, and more that you come to expect from the annual event and a fundraiser, mind you. We hope to see you there. We'll be there and hope you are too. Here's what we're going to be doing weather-wise tonight, tomorrow, and beyond being into Thanksgiving. Partly cloudy, 31 tonight. You know, nothing exciting. Light wind out there. That light wind will pale in comparison to Saturdays, but let's get to Friday first. It'll be pretty nice one in the neighborhood tomorrow. Sunny and 57, so if you got the day off or have every day off, you got to that point in your life, need to get some things done outside, tomorrow's a good day to do them. 57, we'll see about 44 for tomorrow night's low, and we'll see, you do see a 20% chance of showers at the bottom of your screen on tomorrow's forecast. That's like 4 o'clock Saturday morning, so just a technicality for Friday's forecast. As for Saturday, out and ahead of a cold front that's coming, temperatures, well, you know, as they often do, they shoot up, and they'll do so Saturday to about 64, yep, upwards to the mid-60s, and we'll see a low of 37 for nighttime lows. Winds out of the south, southwest, 8 to 32 miles per hour on Saturday. It's going to be breezy, and that's a nice way to put it. It's going to be windy, and we'll see rain without a doubt. In fact, showers are likely, maybe even some thunderstorms after 4 o'clock or so in the afternoon on your Saturday. Now, from thereafter, we've got a run coming at us, and it's going to be partly sunny to mostly sunny any given day through most every day next week. Sunday, 42, partly sunny, mostly clear. That cold air is still well in place after that cold front comes through. 49 on Monday, improving, still sunny, mostly clear. By Tuesday, mid-50s, mostly sunny, a few clouds that night. Wednesday of next week, the eve of Thanksgiving, still mostly sunny, and the upper 40s. We'll see a bit of a dip in temperatures falling back to about 48 or so on Wednesday. And just to let you know, by Thanksgiving Day, or for Thanksgiving Day, I think we'll still see mostly sunny skies. Temperatures are going to hover right around the 50-degree mark, anywhere from 49 to 51 or so. Now, there is going to be a slight chance of some rain. Actually, your Thanksgiving Day forecast is calling for a slight chance of rain or snow showers, some precipitation moving in on the latter end of it. So it could be a little interesting. But right now, we're still talking about 49 degrees for daytime highs. Keep in mind, at the top of the program, remember me saying that back in, 89, the Jackson Weather Service saw 1.8 inches of snow on today's date, and they also had a 46-degree day. It happens. Don't think it's going to happen on Thanksgiving, though. We'll know more, certainly, tomorrow and early next week. It's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you for being a part of the show. See you back here tomorrow.